Well, I was leading a women's small group about 4 years ago, and I invited Rachel to come be a part of it. Little did I know that this group that I didn't want to lead would turn out to be a gateway for me to make friends.
So I was attending Wellspring infrequently at the time, and Alicia approached me and invited me to her women's group. I was coming out of a divorce and I didn't have any friends. I didn't have any network at all, in fact. And she invited me to come to her Monday night meeting. The idea sounded absolutely terrible to me.
It sounded
Had
terrible to me too.
I had no desire to spend time with church ladies for a couple of hours, and I certainly didn't think that it would have any benefit for me. It just was implausible to me that I would make any connections with these people. So I did end up showing up reluctantly one evening in the fall, and I was pretty skeptical and had a pretty bad attitude, but mostly I was just really hurt and lonely. And I didn't think that anybody was going to understand where I was coming from or what I had been through. I came back the next week and asked the Lord to speak to somebody in the group and let them in on what was going on with me and reach out to me because I didn't think I had the courage or the strength to open up myself. And the Lord granted that request. And at that group, someone spoke out with a word for me, and it was just dead on accurate. And I knew then that the Lord had brought me there, that He was in this, and that He wanted things to change in me. And this kind of internal fortress just fell. And as we kind of turned it into a Rachel counseling night, Alicia asked me a question. She asked me, "What do you need?" And it was a very simple question, but it was profoundly meaningful and impactful. And I said to her, I need friends. I don't need a friend that's going to call me in a month to go have coffee. I don't need friendships that are going to take 2 years to develop. I need friends tonight. And when I left group that evening, I had about 14 new friends, immediate friends, accessible friends, and my life changed overnight, which is not an overstatement at all. In fact, it's not often that you can point to a singular event as something that completely turns your life in another direction, but that was the case for me.